So we decided to freeze dry some of our quail eggs. So I think we freeze dried close to 500 quail eggs. I had 4 trays. These are the last 2, as you can see. This is what they look like after you're done, but I kind of wanted to show you the process. So literally it's just crumbs. You can break it into pieces. What I was doing was taking and just crushing it, and it turns to powder. And I'm gonna crush it, and then I'm gonna put it in my jars. Now, so one thing Shane and I did was we researched how to, what's the word I'm looking for? How to use these and how you can cook these. So in order to get the moisture back in them to cook them, you cook them just like you would scrambled eggs. It's 1 to 1. So if you do 1 cup of the quail eggs, of the powdered quail egg, then you do 1 cup of water. You let it sit for a few minutes, and then you pour it in your pan to cook. So it's 1 to 1. We also did some research, and it says that 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons, was it 2 tablespoons? Make 1 egg. So however many you want to do.
These are quail eggs.
Freeze-dried quail eggs. And I just mashed them into the powder to put them in the jar. And then I'm going to show you what I do at the end. Give me just 1 second. Let me finish filling up this jar. So now that my jar is full, I will put an oxygen absorber into the top of it. Then I'm going to take my rag. I'm going to wipe the rim of the rag. And then I'm going to put the lid on, not super tight, just kind of finger tight. Now follow me. Okay, so I have the sealing off and the cooling off. All I have is the vacuum because I just want to seal the jar. So I'm going to lay the jar on the side. And as you can see, it is sealed. And I'm done. And that will be good for 25 years.
Good morning. This is Shane Seal with Seal's Family Farm. This morning I'm going to be cooking my wife some breakfast. Well, me and my wife breakfast this morning with some of our freeze-dried quail eggs that she made. So it's the first time for us to use these, so we're kind of curious to see how this is going to go. We're going to be doing a 1-to-1 ratio. We're going to make 1 cup of eggs, and then of course with 1 cup of eggs we're going to add 1 cup of water. And we're going to be using our farm beef tallow for our grease per se for the eggs. We're going to do it in a cast iron skillet. So the first thing I'm going to do is we'll get our egg out. As you can see, beautiful. So let's measure out a cup. Well, that thing was sealed good, wasn't it? do a little heaping, 1 cup. All right, we're gonna add this in here. Put the lid back on this. We have pre-measured 1 cup of water in my fancy Quail cup, guys. Check this out. Every man needs a good Quail cup. Alrighty. We are going to stir this. If you want to get over here and see this. Got a whisk out for this. That's alright, we'll use my fork. Every man needs a good fork. So we're going to give this thing, I think pretty much what it says, 2 to 3 minutes once you mix in your water and your eggs to allow it to reconstitute. And then at that point, we'll pretty much be ready to add it to the skillet. Alright guys, we're back. It's been approximately 5 minutes since we added our water to our freeze-dried eggs, and as you can see, it pretty much looks like scrambled eggs. So what I'm going to do at this point, if you can come look here at my skillet, we have our black iron skillet. Of course, we used our Seals Family Farm cast iron seasoning for this pot, and look how nice that looks. You can already see the sweat in the skillet from the beef tallow coming back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of our homemade beef tallow in here, maybe a couple of pieces. I think that's pretty much all we'll need, and normally I'll just stir it in. See, that old black iron pot loves beef tallow. Don't take much of this stuff and it'll go a long ways. Okay. Kind of have this on a low heat. So now I'm going to grab the eggs, give them one more good whisk, and then we're going to add them to the skillet. Guys, now I'm going to add a little salt, a little pepper, of course a little pepper. I like pepper. Alright guys, I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit, and then the way I do my eggs, I just kind of move them around, and you can see they'll start getting hard. Everybody scramble. them off the heat. And I'm gonna get a plate. Alright guys, that is 2 cups of eggs for me and Hope. I'm sorry, 1 cup of freeze-dried eggs. Hope's correcting me. So 2 cups total if you added the water with it. So, alright, well, what we're going to do at this time is I'm going to taste it, and then I'm going to let Hope taste it. Get our little fork. As you can see, I mean, this thing looks just like scrambled egg. Literally tastes exactly like a fresh egg. I think I'd add a little more salt to mine, but other than that, pretty good. I know you're going to want a little more salt on yours. I didn't put enough. A little more pepper on mine.
I don't want no more pepper.
Okay. Alright.
Tastes just like eggs.
It is eggs, right?
It's quail eggs.
Okay. Yeah. I'd say they definitely passed my test.
Mine too, 10 out of 10. Very good, especially when Shane cooks it.
Well, I would recommend these to anybody. They're delicious. And it's another good resource for your eggs. If you have a freeze dryer, which freeze dryers are fairly expensive. But
if you don't, find somebody that does. Or buy some of ours.
Right.
We'll send them to you.
Alright guys, well, we're going to finish eating breakfast. And y'all follow us. We have a YouTube channel that you can follow us on. We have a Facebook page. And we also have our website, which all are under Seals Family Farm. So you look up Seals, it's S-E-A-L''S. There's another farm out there that has a similar name. But anyway, thank y'all for eating breakfast with us this morning.
And I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving Day tomorrow.